Discover how to grow lemongrass. Growing lemongrass in your own garden means having a fresh, delicious ingredient for a variety of Asian dishes. Lemongrass is a tropical herb packed with strong citrus flavor. The lemon taste is prized in Asian cooking, as well as in teas, sauces, and soups. In the garden, lemongrass forms a tall, grassy clump 3 to 5 feet tall. Its appearance rivals that of many ornamental grasses and can easily fulfill a similar role in the landscape. For an easy path to successful growing, look for this video, as it will give you a stepwise and easy-to-follow guide for growing lemongrass at home. Our channel has been helping home gardeners succeed for over a century. If you're wondering how to grow lemongrass, then look no further. We've rounded up the top tips to help you add this aromatic herb to your herb garden. A staple of Thai and Vietnamese cooking, lemongrass is renowned for its citrusy aroma and zingy taste. While it is a herb, lemongrass is not commonly found in herb gardens, despite being surprisingly easy to grow. Yes, that's right, you can grow your own lemongrass as part of your vegetable garden ideas. Originating from the tropical climes of Sri Lanka and South India, lemongrass thrives in constant heat, meaning that in most parts of the US and Europe, it is best grown in containers that can be moved to the sunniest spot of the garden and into a greenhouse or indoors when the weather gets colder. Lemongrass can grow to between 3 to 5 feet tall in a single season, so keeping it in a container will also constrict its growth, making it easier to maintain. Picking the right variety. If you want to grow lemongrass for use in cooking, it is important to pick the right variety for your kitchen garden ideas. West Indian lemongrass is the favored choice for cooking, though East Indian lemongrass is also edible. Be sure to avoid citronella grass, which is sometimes marketed as a type of lemongrass. While citronella grass is similar and also edible, it is in fact a part of the geranium family. It is easy to tell the difference between citronella grass and lemongrass, as lemongrass has a yellow-green color with a white base, while citronella grass has a reddish tinge towards the base. Grow lemongrass from seed. Sow lemongrass seeds in either cell packs or flats and press into soil. Cover the seeds very lightly with compost as light-age germination. Keep temperature 70 and germination should take between 10 and 20 days. Once the roots show through the bottom of the pot, transplant into the garden at 12 inches apart and in rows 18 inches apart. Lemongrass from shop-purchased shoots. To grow lemongrass from shop-purchased roots, look for firm and fresh stems, as these will have the best chance at success. Then put the stems in a glass of water with the thick, white end covered by the water and place on a windowsill. Make sure to change the water every couple of days to prevent bacterial growth, and within a few weeks roots will have appeared. Once the roots are a couple of inches long, transfer them to pots of compost and return them to the windowsill to continue their growth. Keep watered and feed every 2 weeks with a seaweed fertilizer. Place outside after the first frost. Soil, planting, and care. Lemongrass thrives in full sun, even in hot southern locations. Give this herb rich, well-drained soil. To improve fertility and enhance the soil's ability to hold water, improve the soil by mixing in composted manure or aged compost enriched. If you're adding several lemongrass plants to planting beds, space plants 24 inches apart. Plant lemongrass in a large pot that is at least 12 inches across, or use a 5-gallon bucket. Be sure to use a premium quality potting soil, which contains aged compost and provides just the right organic nutrition to give lemongrass plants a strong start. Lemongrass grows tall, and pots can easily tip in windy weather, so place containers in a slightly protected location. Provide a steady supply of moisture for best growth. Don't let lemongrass roots dry out. In addition to starting with great soil, fertilize plants every couple of weeks during the growing season with a water-soluble plant food. It improves the nutritional environment for your lemongrass plants by feeding the beneficial microbes in the soil as well as your plants, leading to strong, impressive growth. In cold regions, overwinter lemongrass indoors by digging up a few stalks, trimming them down to just a few inches tall, and planting them in smaller pots. Place them in a bright, south-facing window. Keep soil barely moist, as plants grow very slowly over winter. Another option is to store a pot of lemongrass, cut down, in a cool, dark place like a basement. Water just a few times over winter to keep roots alive. In spring, bring the pot into a bright spot and resume normal watering. Shift outdoors when temperatures are above 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Due to its tropical nature, lemongrass usually only survives winters in zones 8 and warmer. In other areas, try growing lemongrass as an annual in planting beds or tucked into pots. This citrus-flavored grass overwinters well in a dormant state in a cool, dark spot indoors, or you can grow it as an indoor herb through winter in colder zones. The key to growing lemongrass is full sun and nutrient-rich, well-drained soil. If growing in containers, place one plant per pot and pick a container that is at least 12 inches in diameter. Grow lemongrass so it comes back every year. Lemongrass is a tender perennial, meaning that it does come back every year so long as you take care of it properly. Lemongrass will die if it is exposed to cold weather and frost. So while it can live outside all year round in USDA zones 8 bits and 9, it will need to be taken indoors in other zones. Therefore, it is best grown in containers. While it may need to come inside during the winter months, lemongrass does not fare well as a strictly indoor plant due to the lack of light it receives. Bring your pot of lemongrass indoors at the end of summer and cut back watering to once every 2 weeks. Troubleshooting. Few pests bother lemongrass. This herb is actually sometimes used in concoctions to repel insects. Occasionally, though, spider mites will attack plants overwintering indoors. As lemongrass grows, it forms a tight clump that's difficult to dig into. Use a sharp spade or hatchet to remove roots in early spring. Slice it like a pie, then pry slices of roots free. Keep an eye on plants in pots. With sufficient water, roots can quickly fill a too small pot and per stem. To make your soil perfect, easily use our gardening toolkit, which you can easily purchase from the link in description. Harvest and storage. Harvest lemongrass for its bulbous stem bases, rich with lemony flavor, or clip leaves for infusing tea and soup stock. Start harvesting as soon as plants are 12 inches tall and stem bases are at least 1 by 2 inch thick. Cut stalks at ground level or hand pull entire stalks. You want to get the entire swollen base, which resembles a scallion or green onion. If a few roots come up with the stalk, don't worry, it won't harm the plant. The edible portion of lemongrass is near the bottom of the stalk. Carefully cut off the grassy top part of the plant. Use caution, as this can be razor sharp at times. Leaves can be bundled and added to the liquid in a teapot or stock pot, then simmered to infuse lemon flavor into the brew. Take the lemongrass base and peel the outer fibrous layer to expose the inner white, reedy part. To store, freeze this part either whole or chopped. To make slicing easier, first crush the stem base with the flat blade of a knife. The heart of the stalk, the part you want, has the consistency of soft butter and will then slice easily. Uses. Lemongrass is best known for its use in Asian cuisine, especially Thai and Vietnamese. In the kitchen, use tender inner stalk bases in stir-fries, salads, and sauces. To freeze lemongrass, store thinly sliced pieces in single layers in zipper seal bags. To use, break off as much as you need for individual dishes. Or freeze lemongrass minced or as a puree. Leaves make a great addition to marinades and can be steeped in hot water for tea, This was all about growing lemongrass. We also recommend you to watch another video, How to Grow Onions at Home. See you in the next video.